a second time. I give the call to the member for Trobe.
Mr Deputy Speaker, today I rise to speak and obviously have my strong support for the Tax Law Amendment Small Business Measures Bill. And first of all, it's great to see that the opposition is strongly supporting this budget measure when it comes to supporting small business, because sadly the Labor Party has never been a friend of small business. Small business, on this side, we know, is the engine room to the economy, and it's great to see all these young ladies up in the gallery, and I'm sure a lot of them, as they're waving to me, will be owning small businesses one day. This is truly a national economic, cultural and community reality. 96% of all Australian businesses are small businesses. Combined, they produce over $330 billion to our national economy, an incredible amount of money. They employ an amazing 4.5 million Australians. Everywhere you go in my electorate of Trobe, whether it be driving through the suburbs of Emerald or Cockatoo, Gembrook or down Baronia, Ferntree Gully, Upper Gully, Berwick, you name it, there's small businesses. All those shops there are small business people. In houses, there's small business people there too. In fact, 1 in 3 Australians active in our economy are employed in small business, and more than 4 in 10 of every private sector job relies upon hard-working small business people. So these enterprising men and women, and it's great to see so many women these days taking up small business, really represents what it is like to be Australian. They are truly out there having a go. They are taking a risk and giving their best efforts to succeed in life, not only for them, their families, but their children. They display an extraordinary work ethic and deep commitment to our country. They're prepared to mortgage their house. They're prepared to take a risk. And that's what Australians are all about. You take a risk, and that's why small business people, they're such an amazing lot, because they're prepared to put their house on the line to create jobs for their family. And they do without. They would rather put money into the business to see the business grow. They apply all they have when it comes to finance and support to drive their venture, to provide opportunities for themselves, for others, for those that they employ. They employ other people. They put the dinners on the table for Australian families each night. They serve those, they feed those, and they clothe those. Recognising and understanding all of this bill before us, and can I say I congratulate the Treasurer Joe Hockey, but also to Small Business Minister Bruce Bilson. He's just been incredible ambassador for small business. We had him out for a breakfast function in my electorate, and he makes small business very exciting, which it is. We see that the corporate tax rate, the company tax rate, will decrease from 30% to 28.5% for small business, with an annual turnover of under $2 million, which is fantastic news. Small business companies will pay less tax for every financial year that commences on or after the 1st of July 2015. And recently I had a small business event in my electorate where I was one of the guest speakers with St Margaret's School, and they're doing a fantastic job, the principal at there, Doug, and the school community. And Ron Weisel, he was there as another guest speaker. And can I say that this went down really well. They were so excited about this government's changes to small business, and in particular this $5 billion injection to get small business right back on track and leading the economy. It will provide accelerated depreciation arrangements to small business and primary producers. This change is the centrepiece of the budget small business package. Incorporated small businesses make an important contribution to the Australian economy. They, along with the unincorporated small businesses, account for the vast majority of active private businesses in the country and represent a large share of its employment. The Australian economy is facing significant structural adjustments. But small businesses are typically more vulnerable to shocks and changes in economic conditions than larger businesses. This makes it particularly important that, during this period of economic transition, the policy settings support small business growth and innovation. That's precisely what this budget does. Therefore, the bill will amend the small business simplified depreciation rules in the tax law to increase the threshold for immediate deductibility from $1,000 to $20,000. This is a significant increase in the threshold and a massive gain to cash flow for small businesses. It is estimated that up to 780,000 companies could potentially benefit from this measure. Now, looking into Latrobe, specifically my electorate, there are many local examples I could provide you with to demonstrate the benefits of this bill on the whole. I've spoken with many local business owners who welcome this support and recognition that the federal government will give in this bill. I know Karen Rock from Piccaninny Recycled will be glad to have the $20,000 tax write-off available to her, that she can refit her store if she chooses to do so. I know Michael Marinoff from Michael Marinoff and Associates will be pleased to have the 1.5% tax cut, thus allowing him more room for investment and further employment of even more local staff, as he's already been doing for the last 15 years, and I'm sure he'll be advising all his clients of the changes. I know Ron Weisel from APT Engineering will be happy to see growth in our local business development, thus providing a boost for the whole locality. I know Christine Anthony from Mountain Harvest Foods will be happy to immediately deduct all eligible capital expenditure on fencing and water facilities in their farming areas. I know Graham Bolt of Aquaterra will be happy to hear of increased employment in our areas as a result of tax deductions, thus improving productivity in our whole region. Just in conclusion, because I want to allow more speakers to speak on this bill, this is fantastic in order to get the Australian economy moving again. Small business are the people who cut our hairs and our keys, sell our meat and our clothing, make our coffee and our furniture, do our taxes and our laundry, fix our cars and our roofs, grow flowers and even our potatoes. There is virtually no industry that small business does not operate in. Small business is the backbone to the Australian economy. It is the backbone to our nation. And the Coalition recognises this with the Tax Law Amendment Small Business Measures No. 1 Bill 2005. This bill helps our nation prosper and grow, and I proudly support this bill in the House.
I thank the member.